Hello, 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 my paranormal fanatics. Welcome to another Saturday night that we decided to go live. Let me turn this music down just slightly more. Is that better? Um, there's nothing really going on tonight, but it just felt weird not being live with you guys. So here I am, live with you guys. Um, but hey, Mr. Consultant, how you doing, my friend? Uh, like I said, I just felt a little weird not being live tonight. Definitely gonna be live tomorrow with an awesome guest, Claire. So that'll be 3:30 Eastern time. I also threw a link out for those that want to just join and chat in some areas. Of course you are. It's Saturday night. Where else would you be? That's that's the nature of your business. Is weekends is almost a must. Um, but I'm going to kind of jump into this before people might join in. So I was going through and I was thinking about it today as I was sitting here tonight, thinking about what to go live with, and I started thinking I'm getting quite the watching Mr. Fedora. I'm starting to get quite the hat collection from people. This one I won. Elevated Vlogs. They have a YouTube and Facebook channel. They do all kinds of odds and ends, and so if you get a chance, pop in, check them out. They do exploring, they do some paranormal stuff, and so if you get a chance, pop in, tell them Warren Area Society of Paranormal. So yeah, I'm so used to saying like WASP now. It's kind of crazy. So that's one of the hats I've gotten since I started this. And then after that, Mr. JWoww gave me this hat, this fedora. This show, even though I haven't said it in a long time, the podcast still reflects it. It's called Spirited Chats. So, Mr. JWoww made this hat for me. On the sad note, though, is it's a little small for my walnut head. How you doing, Austin Paranormal? So, yeah, so when the grandkids are here and they want to be part of the show, I froze. Sorry, guys. When they were here, I throw this on their head so they can be part of the show. And of course, sitting over here, I am the night. Stephanie bought this for me. I love Batman. Batman's really cool. So those are some of the things that has been given to me since I started this whole live streaming stuff, and you know I'm really appreciating that. But just recently, Leafoot got me your typing covered up the writing on the winter hat. This Elevated Vlogs, that is a group out of Jamestown, New York. They're not a paranormal team. It's a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the case may be. But they're really interesting. They do all kinds of exploring around the Western New York area and such. So, but while we were on the ship, Leafoot got me this hat. I really appreciate that you got that. But, and I will wear it from time to time, probably not so much on the live streams because You guys know me as Mr. Fedora, right? If you like that, give me a thumbs up. That you like me as Mr. Fedora. If you're on YouTube, click like. But the most interesting and craziest and wonderful hat that was given to me, which I have no words for this fedora. I really don't have words for it. And hence the consultant know what's going on. Hence the name down here. Is this what I will be called from now on? So, without further ado, let me introduce the turkey fedora. Yes, it's a hat. Yes, it's very interesting. Very well made. I mean, I was impressed. You just gotta. Thanks to Casey, aka Spuzzle. Yes, Spuzzle. Spuzzle made it for me. Little small for my big head. Not far small though, and it is definitely hard to. So here you go, guys. Mr. Turkey is now reporting. Yeah. Gobble gobble. So just for that, you guys should be giving me a thumbs up. I am proud, impressed, and proud to have all these hats. You guys give them to me for just to show the appreciation and the friendship and such, and I really do appreciate it. Now the turkey hat, the turkeyable. Say that 5 times real quick there, mister. Yeah. I forgot, my friends, that I could put this stuff up on the screen for you. I am on the phone with Henry. Mid-statter, so I can hear you, but I can see what you're typing. So I can't hear you, but I can see what you're typing. I'm not typing much of anything. So, I'm sorry, but what do you think? You like the turkey fedora? I don't think I'll wear it all the time. I think it'll be a special occasion kind of deal. Because, I just don't see a lot of social occasions where this will be usable outside of my live streams and mid test teacher mid. That made it worse, Angela. Send my apologies to Henry. I am not very capable of producing fanatics. Yeah, I'm not very capable at saying names very well. I'm not even very good at saying, speaking well. Oh Lord. Matt says definitely not during hunting season. I fully agree with you there. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, I don't think I'll be roaming through the woods because not only would I be now, what I should do is get a Bigfoot costume and throw this on top of the Bigfoot costume, and then I'll be all right because nobody can find Bigfoot anyways, right? Only problem with not having a guest on is when you need a drink or whatever. There's that moment of silence. But yeah, so I just had nothing going on at the moment, so I figured I'd jump up here, and up here meaning my laptop and such is up on the second floor. I appreciate the help. Maybe next time you're on the bus, you'll have to will sit there and try to get me to be able to say it right. I've heard you say his last name before. Mattis. I want to say Mattister, but I'm gonna start calling him Matty. New logo idea. Yeah, maybe for like Thanksgiving specials or something. Who's that English chick for tomorrow? I'm sure she would really appreciate being called that. The English chick. Her name is Claire Clifford, or Claire Clifford. Say it 5 times to make it better. Clairvoyant Clifford Fennel is her name. She was on a couple weeks ago. Late night for her, normal time for us. And she asked the next time she was on if I could make it a little earlier in the day, and of course, I was willing to do that. So I figure Sunday works a little better for me earlier in the day. So hopefully you guys will feel the same way and join me. That would be much appreciated. Sorry, I got distracted looking at things on the computer. So I still have tons and tons and tons of video to go over when it comes to our latest investigation, which was the USS North Carolina. I am so envious of the other teams that was there that were able to get through all their evidence and already put it up for them, doing premieres and all that on YouTube. And I'm so jealous that they've been able to just get right to it and do that. And, I'm still kind of behind on the trip up there into Grand Island, New York, in room 666, because there is some evidence that I need to piece together, because we didn't get a lot, but we did get some stuff. There's about an hour of video left to review of that to put out. We had a lot of personal experiences in that room 666, but I have to say most of it was not caught on camera. There is a couple little things that I think you guys will enjoy. Just think part 2 next year for the P3. Correct, Matt. Next year it'll be a little more planned out for our end of things, and when I say our end, I mean WASP. Possibly get more of the team down there to go. Also plan more time off. When you watch these videos of us being there, you're gonna hear us be very tired, because it was a long trip, and I apologize to anybody that I might have offended or think I wasn't enjoying myself there. Just when you're tired, you get a little bit more less conscious of how you want to put things out there. Less guarded with how you say things, because I don't hide my feelings or curtail what I say, but I do think of how it's coming out, so other people won't take my what I'm saying wrong. Mr. Boogity. Yes, Angela. And Matt agrees. We were all pretty tired down there. And Casey, nice Fedora. I'd like to know how you came up with such a brilliant design. And this is the one that designed and made this hat. I'm thoroughly impressed, and I bet you 10-1 nobody will ever have a hat like this. sorry about that, guys. I thought somebody was send her the link. I don't know if I have you on my Facebook, Casey. I do. There you go. If you want to join, you could join, Casey. If not, that's fine as well. Matt likes to put people on the spot like that. So, I am I'm tired, but I'm kind of more relaxed than like fall asleep in bed tired. So, what do you guys want to chat about? Drop a few things, and my experience on the USS North Carolina. Definitely a place that I would like to go back to again. And not a problem, Casey. You're on Facebook, so that's why I sent that. We just got home from a day out shopping, so I'm kind of pooping myself. Yeah, no problems. Matt was trying to throw you under the bus. But hopefully you got some good stuff while you're out shopping. But my experience will be there. More than likely, we'll be out there again next year, unless, who knows, that's a year out. But it was a interesting experience for several reasons. One being, we'd never investigated such a large area, so that was definitely something that we would have to consider in the future. Two, it was new equipment for us. I mean, obviously camcorders, everybody knows how to use those, and those were new too, but we're learning. That laser grid with the sensors and such, very good. Something that we're gonna have to work with to learn how to fine tune it and make it more useful on cases, as opposed and the setup and such. 3, it taught us that we really need a team to be able to effectively investigate such a large place. I mean, you could go to a little cemetery and 1 or 2 people. I recommend 2 people, but 1 or 2 people could definitely do a cemetery, a smaller one, and be just fine. Where like something that can house thousands of people, I mean, we probably only touched about 3% of the whole ship. It was crazy. Angela says, I just showed Henry your turkey fedora. Is he still laughing? Because I know I got a good laugh out of it, but I really like it. I really do. Outside of a normal fedora, this definitely fits my personality. Gobble, gobble. I bet you I'm the only person on Facebook and YouTube that has a turkey fedora. But so as far as personal experiences on the ship, I didn't personally get much, but that's not saying much, because I use a lot of equipment to sense and feel things. So me not feeling much does not surprise me, though. And I'm hoping we got it on audio. Within 10 minutes, we were running a spirit box session, and yeah, just throw yourself on there, Mr. Consultant, or you want me to add you? But and so as I was ending the session, I said, thank you, I'm leaving now, or something along those lines, and I heard you are welcome.
Hi,
my friend.
What's up, brother?
Nothing much. You're pretty dark there.
Yeah, working on that. Give me a second. I'm on delivery, so I figured I'd pop in real quick.
Yeah, you too. You tend to do that.
Eh, loving the Fedora.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Like I just said, I believe I'm the only one on YouTube and Facebook that has one.
well, I mean, Casey did an amazing job with it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, I could see somebody just like throwing something on real quick, being a quick little paper mache or something. Just to no. Talk about 1,000 maximum force effort on this thing.
She did. She did. Did I? Yeah, you know the backstory on why.
Of what?
You know the reason why she's doing it, right?
Well, you kind of threw the challenge out, didn't you?
I did. I believe it was JWoww and I were talking, and we wanted to have. I think it was around Christmas time or Halloween, somewhere in there. But we wanted to have like an ugly sweater with an ugly fedora.
I believe it was around October because you wanted it for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
Hi, Heather.
And Lurker's on here.
Heather.
Oh, Heather. Hey, Heather. Sorry, I can't see the name.
She was kind of lurking.
I already have a lurker. But
so
either way,
you guys were talking about for Thanksgiving.
yes, we were. So I was saying, kind of an ugly fedora, or to get you a new fedora and stuff like that. And Spuzzle said, "I got it."
Angela is asking who's the guy on the right.
I don't know.
Just some nut that likes to jump in my show when he can. But that's okay. I steal his show from time to time too.
Oh, you mean like on the battleship?
You want to introduce yourself, Mr. Consultant?
So for those of you who don't know who I am, good on you. Now, my name is Matt, and I am a paranormal consultant. I met up with my brother over here. Over that.
You're broken up.
I'm not surprised. But I met up with my brother over here, about 4 years ago?
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, and I give all credit to my success on the show for this guy right here.
Well, I appreciate that. And what did I tell you? I say, I might have helped you get the idea started, but you're the one that's creating all the success.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but I finally hit 1,000 followers on TikTok today.
Congratulations. I didn't realize that was on TikTok, no.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it. Like, last I looked, I had like 9 and some. And are you
consulting ghosts? Angela asked.
If I have to, I'm here. Basically, what I am is a multi-tool, I guess is the best way to describe me. For teams, groups, enthusiasts, just anybody in the paranormal field, spirits too. I just help out any way I can. I'm not tied down to a team. I branch out, help everybody.
And you guys heard it on my show. He called himself a tool.
I am. I don't know which one though. It's I think it's like a Swiss Army knife. There's so many little things that you don't know what to do. You know,
for those that don't know, Matt here, Mr. Consultant, I believe I'm 99.99.8% sure is the first person I interviewed for these shows.
And vice versa. You were my first guest too. This was my original office.
Yeah, I've seen you on there quite a few times in that office of yours. But what a long, strange trip that's been, huh?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we just celebrated about a month or two ago 1 year of the Paracast.
1 year.
Like, officially 1 year. I've been doing this for a while, but the official show has been just hit the 1 year mark.
Are you clairvoyant? Angela's asking.
No, I am not. The only thing I am really I would say, sensitive with is the electromagnetic field. My body does not react well to high EMF. I get nauseous, I get headaches. I'm very susceptible to that, which is interesting considering I'm an electrician by trade. But no, I don't consider myself a clairvoyant or medium or anything like that.
The only thing I'm sensitive with is my feelings, so don't hurt them.
Right?
But yeah, that's crazy. Congratulations on being on for as long too.
I just can't believe it. It's been a heck of a year. I mean, I think about, I think it was like 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, I started doing these just random videos. And it wasn't like any set schedule, it was just randomly throwing them up there. And then I think you were the one who talked me into doing a more set schedule. And that was my Friday, it was my Wednesday night I started. And then we ended up doing Friday night. Now I'm
You're nice and broken up again.
Welcome to PA.
Pretty much what you were saying is that you used to randomly do little clips, little videos, and just random talks. And then after we conversed a little bit, I said that you would probably grow a little more if you set some kind of regular schedule, be it once a month, be it 20 times a month, but whatever the case is, just set to it. And then kind of went.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, pretty much.
And Angela says she is trying to learn about becoming clairvoyant and such, I believe, and being sensitive.
Okay.
I believe that's what she means. But
right.
Even just asking questions and such and learning about what's going on, because you never know. These kind of shows, one of the good things about doing stuff like this is somebody might end up watching this and say, hey, I know that person's around my area and I could use some help.
The only suggestion I can give you, Angela, is network.
Case says, I'm trying to learn that stuff too. Yes, she
we're
is.
we're working on it. I know what you mean.
Well, if she's as good as if she's good at learning as she is crafting, then no troubles.
No.
You need to step out for a minute?
Yeah, I think I need to get going. We still got a lot to do. I'm not too bad. But I just wanted to hop on.
She says, not pushing you, Matt. Laugh out loud.
I'm just giving you crap, Spazzle. Big heart, you know that. But yeah, I do probably should get going. I got some stuff to do.
You gonna join us for tomorrow's show? Listen in?
I'm gonna listen in. I'll try to jump on if I can. I am going live tonight. Just something I have to say, some things, and then
what time?
My next show. I don't know. Whenever I get out of here. But my next show will be Wednesday with Michelle Rouse, and I am super excited to talk with her.
You're breaking up. Wednesday with who? Michelle?
Michelle Rouse.
Rouse?
Yep.
All right. I'm looking to see if I still had your no, that wouldn't be the right one.
It would be the Paracrew one.
Yeah, I don't have that on my email there.
That's all right. You guys can find me under the Paracrew podcast on Facebook or YouTube. Just Paranormal Consultant.
Angela says, I'm not clairvoyant, but I have seen ghosts.
Heck
well,
yeah.
That's a step in the right direction. There's many people that's out here investigating that's never seen a ghost in their life.
Yep.
So.
But, all right, brother. Well, it was great talking with you. Loving the fedora.
The turkey fedora is saying bye.
And watch out for the spring turkey season.
Now, hopefully I'm not haunted by a poultry geist.
All right, brother. I'll gobble at you later.
See you, my friend.
See ya.
What's a Saturday night without Mr. Consultant jumping in to at least say hi, if not when we. And I appreciate it. Come on, Casey. It wasn't that bad to say ugh. But he does that not only because he likes attention, Mr. Consultant, but he also does that to help me out back in the chat. But he does that also to help me out and keep things moving and keep it interesting for you guys as well. So the ship, yeah, I'm going to keep working on it and getting it going. And hopefully I will have evidence out to you by today is Saturday. Tomorrow I'll be a little busy with the show. So maybe if I can help it out, I'll be able to set a premiere for Wednesday or maybe next Friday. We'll see what's going on. We'll try to get it done. We're also looking into, we're kind of going back and forth between two places that we're looking at investigating. Angela says that Matt guy is sensitive. Yeah, I believe he has more abilities than he realizes sometimes. But so one of the places is called the Inspiration House out in Ohio. I know I've said that several times. And another place is up in New York by Grand Island. And now these places you can find information online. The second place is called the Hall Family Farm in Homestead, something along those lines. And both those places are pretty neat. Well, at least by what I hear about them. Couple of places that are on the bucket list that's a little bigger is I've been thinking about looking into checking out the Stanley Hotel from The Shining, as well as the Conjuring House. Now, I reached out to those that are running the Conjuring House that owns it about setting up an investigation. They're booked for the year, so that gives me time to help save money and help pay for it. But they did reach back out to me and said that it's possible for the investigation at the Conjuring House, but just not this year. They said if any dates open up, they'll get a hold of me. And I'm sure they get asked all the time about people getting there. Emeryville, Angela says, Emeryville isn't that far from here. You are correct. And it's something I might look into, but I believe it's a private owner that does not care to have investigations going on. So I don't know if sorry guys, I'm hearing noise behind me. Don't want no spooks sneaking up on me. But so I don't know if they would be too interested in having anybody investigate. But I'll look into it. I mean, I'm always Googling stuff, so we'll also be doing little odds and ends like cemeteries and such. There's 2 cemeteries actually that I went to yesterday to kind of scout out. One's kind of older. I'm going to Google and see if I can find any information about activity or something there. That's in Sugar Grove area. The other place is, I'm not sure exactly where it is, outside of Lakewood, New York. And Sugar Grove is in Pennsylvania, for those that don't know. Outside of Lakewood, New York, there's a small cemetery that's right on the corner of 2 major roads. It's called the Pioneer Cemetery. And very small, and I didn't see a headstone that was death date past the 1800s. I didn't really, maybe one that was like 1910. I think I see one that was 1910 when they passed away. So I'm really curious on how that would, if there's anything there or not, because it's always piqued my interest when I drove by if there would be, and I didn't realize that the residents there, if I could say such thing, is how active they would be or not. You know, are they there or are they not? So that's a question for you guys. Do you think the older cemeteries, do you think that they're active, or do you think it has to be newly deceased ones that that their energy is still strong because it just recently happened to them, so they're there? Do you think new cemeteries are more haunted than older ones? That's the question. Angela, have you been to the cemetery just outside of Frewsburg? I think it's on the road that starts with the word Brown. Only one that I've really been to in Frewsburg is Guernsey Hollow. Guernsey we've been to several times, and we have all kinds of fun there. Matt says depends on the spirits. Well, correct. I do believe that. I just think after I'm curious, after so many years, you know, we're this, like I said, the cemetery that I'm talking about is hundreds of years old since they've had a new residence there, and in such, I think in time, I feel like their energy might fade. So, Heather says, I think it wouldn't make a difference. Well, I will take your guys' word that it's possible. So we'll go and check them out and see how dead it is. By the way, guys, I don't do this very often, but if you're finding any kind of value in this video, please click the like and share button. And as always, I'm not ready to end this, so. So, do you guys have any questions for me? I'd be happy to answer the majority of them. I won't answer everything. Duck lips. Turkey lips. I got turkey lips. Only one way to find out. Yep, and that's to go check it out. Matt is screaming out duck lips. For the longest time, I would get after Matt and tell him, I would tell him about if you're finding it, he needs to say, if you're finding any value of this video, please click like and such. And I'd also tell him for his, I would help him make thumbnails for his video. I'd tell him, give me duck lips, give me duck lips. The cemetery by the bike path gives off strong, creepy feelings. The bike path, for those I don't know, is in North Warren, Pennsylvania. And, you know, Angela, I was actually there once before, and I did not get much activity there. Doesn't mean that there isn't. It might have been just that day there wasn't. So maybe something I could check out again. What was some of your favorite moments on the ship? For the most part, it was just, you know, meeting all kinds of new people. That was pretty cool. And also with Mackenzie there. And like I said, I hope I didn't bother her by interrupting her session alone there. She was speaking with a male spirit. And when she was doing that, I happened to go into the room with her, and I had a light that was motion censored, and so she was speaking to this young spirit that was kind of shy, and so I tried to sit down and try not to force my energy into the mix too much. But I set this light down, and from what Mackenzie and those watching live were saying, he didn't like the light and it wouldn't go on. And I started speaking, and I said, got a little frustrated. I said, will you please let the light turn on. And as soon as I said that, I barely got it out of my mouth. The light came on, and I was trying for a few minutes to get this thing on. Well, maybe not minutes, but you get the picture. And then as soon as I was like, okay, you can turn it off now. As soon as I got, okay, you can turn it went off. So I did not like that light. Those were a couple of the moments that I like, and then, like I said, hanging out with everybody was fun. Probably wouldn't have been such a grouchy person if I had to drive so many hours to get there. Heather, are you going to wear the hat? Maybe on April 1st I might do that. And yes, Angela, Heather has been up and down. Actually, I believe, Heather, I've heard a few EVPs from your recorders as you've walked that path many times. For those that don't know, Heather's been part of our group in the past before she moved to a nice warmer climate than here, and so she's been connected with us for a lot of years. Casey, there are some places I wouldn't mind investigating around me, but not sure how or who to ask. Matt. If you're going to investigate on your own, I would say if it's public places, you could do it in the daylight and such, primarily so that way if the odds of you tripping and hurting yourself or getting yourself in a bad situation from the living or whatever is a little less likely. If you're going to be going out at night and such, I recommend getting somebody to go with you. Matt or any of your friends, really. It doesn't even really necessarily have to be somebody that's part of a team or connected with a team or whatever. You could just start off and grab a friend and say, hey, we're going to do this. Now, keep in mind that you have a very close friend that lives close to you that could help you if you do go someplace and things get bad. So, and I'm not too far away. Reach out to me if you can't get a hold of Matt and need some help. That spirit didn't like me, says Matt. Yeah, I know. She chased you away. I don't think he cared for me so much, per se. Just I wasn't trying to put my male energy into it, per se, if I could say such a thing. Heather, yes, and I heard a spirit say hi to me. Right. I believe I heard that EVP. Or was that one of the ones that you just heard personally without a recording? Casey says the Edison Hotel in Sunbury and Smoking Cemetery, heavily policed due to teenage vandals. Well, the cemetery is open during the day, I'm sure. And for those that haven't heard me say before, or even those that have, I investigated Guernsey Hollow one of the first couple times that we were there. We went during the day to look over the cemetery for once again, so that way we know what we were doing, and if there was any large holes in the ground or any precautions that we need to make. And during the bright summer day, around 1 o'clock in the afternoon, when we pulled up, both vehicles seen what we feel were apparitions, like full body spirits. So you can get activity during the day. Now, as far as the hotel goes, maybe do like we did and rent a room that's in the hotel. Grab a friend that you trust to be with overnight that won't leave you, and rent a room. That might work. Casey, if I get to join Matt and y'all next time the USS North Carolina is open to investigators, I'm use myself as a trigger. I'm gonna dress up all girly in a dress and makeup for the spirits. Back in the time when it was active, I don't think there was any females on the ship for the times it was in service. I don't know when it was decommissioned. Sorry, I just heard something behind me. I don't know when it was decommissioned, so don't mean to keep pausing and turn around like that, but it could be one of two things. One, it could be a mouse, because I live in the middle of nowhere, and yeah, this hat is awesome, but very hard to keep straight. So it could be like a mouse or something back there in the papers. Hopefully not. Or it could be the spirits acting up. We do have spirits in this house. They're not here very. I don't think they stay here. I think they're intelligent and they go do whatever they do in their afterlife. But every once in a while, we do get activity in our house, and like just to my side over here, which to me is my right. I heard some shuffling around over here as well. Sometimes I think the spirits that live here come visit what I'm doing just to see what the heck I'm doing. And if there is spirits here watching, feel free to put yourself on camera so everybody can see you. Matt says, no females in active duty, decommissioned in the 50s. Yeah, I thought it was kind of an older ship. So I didn't think there would be females on there at the time. So Casey, that might work as a trigger object. Yeah, of course you would find that funny, Heather. But definitely trigger objects are very nice as well, because for the simple fact, if it's an intelligent haunting, an intelligent spirit, and you bring back something that they're familiar with, they're going to definitely interact. Like the one time, excuse me, sorry. The one time we were on an investigation, and I can't give a lot of details because I don't think we had permission to share like location and such. But we were on this investigation, and it seemed like we were getting little things going on, but nothing major. And one thing that I like to do with my phone, and I'm surprised I didn't do it on the ship, but I figured most of them there were English speaking. But so what I'd like to do on investigations is I use Google Translate and Google Conversation. So I was doing that at this home, and I think I tried like German, and I tried Swedish and such, just to get the try to be familiar with them that might have been around the area. And so I would say hello and have it speak it in German, hello and such, and it would listen like you were recording. It would listen to what somebody would be speaking in German, and it would translate it in English. Well, I always, when I do the couple languages, I also throw in the dead language. Yeah, Latin. And so I would start with the hello. All of a sudden, we started getting what seemed to be an intelligent two-way conversation. Like you could feel the energy just kind of change in the room as I started using this Google to speak out loud in Latin and such. And after that, we got more activity for a while. And so that's kind of like a trigger object too, using language that they would have spoken or heard could be a trigger. Heather, so can I come investigate your house sometime? You want to find mice? You could help us set some traps. I go back and forth with investigating this place because of the simple fact I don't know. I just can't go back and forth with investigating. I wanted to for the longest time, but then I started thinking, well, be careful what you ask for. We live here, we sit here. But then when I start thinking that way, I feel kind of hypocritical because, well, then we go to people's places and investigate their homes. But they get a hold of us, so that's the biggest difference. We might end up investigating this place. If we do, I would probably step out and let the group, or if we bring somebody in, whoever step in to do it. I think I would personally take myself out of it and just sit out back and just enjoy a fire that night or something. Mr. J. Wow. Ha. What's so ha about? But so not out of the realm of possibilities of having come over and run equipment while we sit out back and enjoy a fire. So in other words, it would have to be a warm night. That's for sure. So I'm not sure what JWoww is hiding about. I mean, this is nothing to about. JWoww says celebrating Thanksgiving early or late. A little both. When you got such a incredible hat. Sorry, guys. I'm trying not to be distracted. But seems like every time I look back there, I don't see nothing. But every time I turn around and look back at the camera, I hear noises behind me again. So if I all of a sudden get cut out and you don't ever hear from me again, it's been nice having you guys along for the journey. No, the spirits that do visit here, has never presented themselves as anything crazy. Casey says, my instinct is that there is indeed a spirit in the room with you, but doesn't know or is unable to fully appear. I hate to admit this because I don't know. I don't want to be those people that say, oh, there's something around me all the time. But about 15 minutes ago, it started feeling like something was watching over my shoulder and such. Maybe it's your turkey trotting. We won't talk about trotting turkey. Well, that kind of startled me. Did he see me jump? Maybe, like I said, we live out in, people would call it the country. I don't call it quite country, but we are around wooded areas, so it might be a mouse or something. So, but sure got me jumping on that moment. Interesting. Yeah, but we don't. There's never been a moment here other than that little jump I just did that gave me any kind of like chills or anything like that. As far as what's been going on in this house before, like there's a toy that the grandkids use that we have toys here for the grandkids, and one likes it seems like something likes a particular one because it'll just start going off at random times. Other toys have gone off at random times. You guys probably seen the video of the green screen being pulled down. I'm 98% sure it was pulled down because just before that I thought I heard something behind the curtain, the green fabric. We have a hook on our fireplace where I hung up a fireplace poker, and nobody was around it for hours before that. We were all just sitting down, relaxed, and watching a little TV. And all of a sudden, it slowly started to swing a little bit. Jay says, maybe it's a river beaver. No, they don't generally come up to the second floor. They don't do stairs, I don't think. They're probably in their little holes. Beavers like to go in. Anyways, we won't go any further with that statement. I'm speaking a little softer. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. My mind is going on what that might possibly be. So those are a couple things that's happened. We've felt like we've been watched before and such. So yeah, we feel that there's activity here. I just don't believe it's all the time. I do seem to get it up here sometimes when I'm doing these live videos because I do think I pique their curiosity. I really do think that every once in a while, because before I was coming up here doing this, we pretty much just used this loft area for like storage, Christmas decorations, that kind of stuff, probably a bad use of space, but so for the longest couple of years, they were sitting around in his decoration boxes and things like that. And so now here I am, all of a sudden up here, spending time in this room, talking all the time. Because I mean, as a spirit, they just see me speaking at a window or at something on a desk, and Matt says disembodied turkey. Yeah, the Fedora. I'm piquing a dead turkey's interest with the Turkadora. Yes, they're wondering what you are doing. I think I agree with that statement. Though I think they're catching on to what this is because they'll see me touch the buttons and speak and and also I'm sure they could see other people jumping on and me talking with them. So I think if they have a little bit of intelligence to them, they'd be able to see this as like a telephone type situation. So don't say his name 3 times. Maybe it's Mr. Creeper. My nemesis. He'll never recognize me in a turkey hat or Leaffoot. As Matt says, or Leaffoot. Yeah, I think Mr. Leaffoot has accepted his fate of being called that. Because when you guys first started calling him that, I would say something. I thought I heard a whisper in my ear. When you guys first started telling him that, he was kind of a little, but now I call him that. It doesn't seem to bother him anymore. What was what, Heather? If you guys see or hear something, let me know. I don't really plan on doing an investigation tonight, but I'm not opposed to a couple little things. But yeah, I think Claire, when she was on last time, I think we brought up the fact that something was going on here, and she said it's an elderly man that she was seeing. Casey says you make her curious. The spirit, she thinks you're funny too, I think. Well, that's good to know. Heather says, I heard that noise like someone said something. Yeah, I thought I caught something. It kind of. Now, Claire said male, but the grandkids said that they've seen a female. So, yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's a few spirits here. And I didn't mean to make this show about me looking over my shoulder and such. Not that I had any plans for the show other than to casually chat with you guys. But, and I'm glad somebody finds me funny because those that I speak with in my day-to-day life just kind of roll their eyes with my sense of humor. It's hard to believe that I've been on this show for an hour when I only figured I'd be having about 15 minutes worth of conversation for you guys. But when you're having fun, time flies, right? Yeah, see, I feel like the atmosphere is changing a little bit. Like, it's not so much like maybe they're done messing with me. And I don't mean messing with me, but, visiting me, I guess is a better word. I don't hear that rustling behind me anymore. So I guess we missed our chance of maybe the whisper was saying goodbye. So let's see. Any other questions that you guys might have for me? I will be happy to try to answer. Like I said, we'll hear footsteps up here time to time. This room seems to be their hangout that I'm in, and I'm sorry that I'm invading their space, but I pay rent here, so I like to get as much use of the property as I can. And this was the only place that I could really set up this computer and not be in everybody's way and have full conversations without interrupting people watching TV or anything. So this is a more comfortable situation for me, and hopefully they enjoy us and you guys chatting with us, and hopefully they get to have some entertainment in their afterlife. Matt asks, are you coming September 26th and 27th? Laugh out loud. The correct answer is yes. Nope. Don't know what you're talking about. You said it's the 27th. I was thinking there for a second. My mother's birthday is the 29th, so I had to think for a second. But yeah, we'll be there. I'm 98% sure. Speaking of which, why don't you go ahead and type in the details of that real quick, and I'll share that on the screen. Another thing, and this is something that I'm inviting everybody to now. I believe, and this is just the start of it. Nothing's booked yet. We don't have no teams yet, but I'm planning, and this is the first time Matt's hearing the actual dates. I'm planning September 10th is the initial date. We're going to approach Island Park in Youngsville, I believe. If not there, outside of Sheffield. I can't think of the name of the park out there. But anyways, we're going to invite paranormal teams to come down, set up a table, and talk to people like we did a few years back. We were part of that whole thing a few years back. So this year we're going to work on bringing that back. So if you're part of a paranormal team, you sell crystals and such, you do readings with cards or whatever, get a hold of me, and once we get more details and things set up, we'll get a hold of you and such. Matt says it's funny to think you have a choice. Well, you know, celebrating my mother's birthday is kind of a high priority, don't you think? Matt says Fair Unity Day, September 26th in Bloomsburg, PA at the Bloomsburg Fair. On the 27th, we will be going to Gettysburg. Fair Unity Day is where everybody is going to get together. Everybody's invited, but we're trying to get as many paranormal teams to come down, and by we, I mean him, to come down and just have a good time and meet with those that want to in person, and then have like this big gathering in Gettysburg. Yes, Penny, it did rain. Oh my God, did I get such a chill, because I was out in that rain quite a bit, not working, going back and forth. I got severely chilled. I jumped in the shower, and when I got home, and I'm surprised I was able to come around as easy as I did, blue lips and all. Penny, you gonna be part of it again? And thanks for watching the show. I don't normally get to see you on. Mr. Consultant says I can bet my turkey I'll be there. I figured as much. I had a few. We're talking about Island Park in Youngsville, Pennsylvania, because we've done it there before, and they were very receptive to us and very nice to us, treated us well. I spoke to Matt a couple times about possibly having it in a school, because we got a few of them that are closed down that we could rent. That would actually cost money out of pocket, so we would have to charge a couple bucks for that. Wilderness Park, I think, is the one that's outside of Sheffield. Beautiful place, all kinds of room, good parking, where the Youngsville place doesn't have the best parking situation, but they are very generous and very nice to us. So that makes us hard to want to move away from them because they treated us so well. But I mean, I think it would be kind of cool to have something like this in a school too, though. But that's just my own personal sense of enjoyment. So yeah, I didn't mean to scare you by putting the turkey too close to you. But so if you guys know anybody that's part of a team or sells crystals or whatever, like that kind of stuff, have them get a hold of me. Another thing, if you guys have anything like along the same lines and want to be a guest of one of my future shows, by all means get a hold of me, because believe it or not, sooner or later we run out of guests. What was that date? What the date for you coming on the show, Penny, anytime I'm not at work, you're invited to come on the show. I'm not sure. I'd have to look it up again. I believe it was like September 8th or something like that. Definitely plenty of time before Mr. Consultant's Para-Unity Day. I've been trying to get Penny on the show for probably 7 months now. Penny has been with us on a few adventures. What's the name of your team again, Penny? Didn't you just switch the name of it not too long ago? Before it was the Pennsylvania Ohio Paranormal Society, because her team would touch between Pennsylvania and Ohio. But like, she was with us as we did some investigations at the Warren Mall. She was also kind enough to be help us and be partners with us with the lessons at the Loa Mora. I don't think I said that right. Loa Mora, the Harry Potter event in downtown Warren, Pennsylvania. And she was also at the paranormal convention we helped put on. So she's been part of WASP for a lot of years now, as in, her and her group has been intertwined with us for quite some time. And that right there, my friends, is a perfect sign, a perfect example of para-unity. Because another team in our area, and we're kind of on acceptable terms, us and this other team, so we're not trying to bash them, but when we first started as a group 11 years ago, they weren't very kind to us. They were kind of hoping that we would go away, and so a few years later we met up with Penny, and we've been working with each other, not working with each other for good 6-7 years now, I believe, is a good estimate. So if I have any problems that I'm not sure, I get a hold of Penny, and Penny has reached out to me a few times with different odds and ends and asking advice on paranormal stuff, as well as like friendship stuff as well. So there's no reason that teams cannot work with each other. There's just so much that can be learned from different techniques of how to investigate, different opinions, different views, and so that's a perfect example of para-unity. And her team's name is Paranormal Legends and Unknown Society. Nice name. I'm assuming that somebody else came up with that name, Penny, because you're not that witty. Nah, I tease. Yes. Yeah, I would say at least that long, Penny. You're correct. Penny says at least that long. You're right. I could be wrong. Starting to hear a little more shuffling behind me again. We'll see if maybe something could show itself for you guys. Wow, that's why I didn't want to go any further with that conversation. With that statement. No, Penny's been a very big help with it for us. The only thing that she's not been willing to do to help out is jump on this show and make us a credible show. Once we have her on, we'll have made the big time. But all kidding aside, Penny, what do you think for a location for the paranormal convention? Youngsville, Wilderness Park, or a school? Vicky says, pardon me, is this station in Warren, Pennsylvania or some other state? We are definitely in Warren, Pennsylvania. Yeah, I know there's several states with Warren. The biggest one that we get confused with is Warren, Ohio. It seems like we get connected with them quite a bit. And welcome to the show. If this is your first time, I can swear I've seen your name before though, Vicky. Jason says that's because Penny is more real reflection than paranormal. Nice, Jason. Jason and Penny is, I'm not sure exactly whose roles and which on the page, but they both are part of a Facebook page called Real Reflections, where they speak of long forgotten gems in the movie industry. Yeah, I agree, Penny. Island Park was good, but the weather was not great the first year, which is crazy because that was the most active year, was when it was like torrential rain, and then the next year when the weather was halfway decent, the attendance wasn't as great. Vicky, yes, I was lost in Ohio, and a police officer directed me to Warren, Ohio, instead of the Warren, Pennsylvania I asked for. Oh no. Hopefully you found your way back home without too much of a hassle. Or to Warren, PA. I don't know if that's home or not, but yeah, that's like Sheffield, Pennsylvania. I got an email for Sheffield saying there was going to be a paranormal convention or something along those lines the night of the email I received. So I was all excited. I'm like, oh heck yeah, I'm going to one of those. And then I pulled up the email so I could get the address, and I looked a little closer. I'm like, I don't recognize that. So I dug a little closer and found out it was Sheffield, England. Vicky says, I have a YouTube channel. Not big, maybe one sub, but cute cat pics. Okay. Yeah, I did look at that. Thank you for the subscribe. And I went and I looked. Yeah, I made it home. Laugh out loud. Well, I'm happy that you made it home, Vicky. Feel free to share your YouTube channel, and I'll throw it on the screen here. And that goes for anybody here. If you got a YouTube channel, put the channel name on chat, and I'll throw it up on the screen. I mean, why not, right? And if you're watching now, do me a favor. If you're watching this live, put in hashtag Team Live. And if you happen to make it this far in replay, which is very unlikely, because most people don't like replays of live videos like this. But if you have made it this far in replay, put hashtag Team Replay in the comments. Yeah, I did. I tried to go to when YouTube is nice enough to let me see who subscribes, because sometimes they don't. Sometimes it gets a little lost. But if I do see, if they do let me find it, I'll go and check it out. Hashtag Turkey Fedora. Don't you mean like I meant like this there, JWoww? That would be. That would be like this. Yeah, guys, I will definitely be switching my name back to Mr. Fedora. I won't leave it as Mr.Turkey. But yeah, I've never been to Warren, Ohio. But there is a place out in Ohio that we want to investigate. And have you guys ever heard of Hellstown? I believe it's called Hellstown, Ohio, where it's a whole area that was just abandoned like almost overnight, I guess, and people call it Hellstown because it's supposed to be like all kinds of crazy activity there. All kinds of information online about that. Let's see. Penny says, I vote Mr. Turkey. Jay says, always gotta be correcting my fun time like a drill sergeant. Oh boy, I hear where this one's going. Wasp Army, am I correct there, sir? It's hard to keep the turkey head straight with mine. So, is there any paranormal related questions that you guys have for me? We're approaching the hour and a half mark, which is getting to be 11 o'clock my time for those that are not on the Eastern Standard Time. What do you guys think about about them getting ready to do with the daylight savings and such? I guess they're very close to that. You guys happy with that thought, or you guys enjoy gaining an hour of sleep in October or November or fall time? I know personally I enjoy getting the extra sleep. Or if you're on an investigation, you get an extra hour of investigating, right? I'm hoping that if that wasn't a mouse and that was truly activity going on, that they leave me alone and let me get some sleep tonight. Let's see. Sorry. About to butcher your name. Vicky Chapel, that's it. My son has his videos of gaming on it too. I've thought of videotaping the scenery around Warren, PA. Goodness knows many people come here to see it. Very true. And a little advice for the showing scenes around Warren, PA. I would try to go off the beaten path a little bit. Like if you're around from the area and you know places that you don't see off the main strip or whatever, film that and put that out there. Like, have you heard about the house with the chimney that's in the skull on the outside? People go by it from time to time, and you can see up. And they've had it tested, I believe. I was told that they had the skull tested to see if it was a real human skull, and it came back that yes, it's somebody's skull. And so they left it up in the chimney for people to see. No idea why it was there or anything like that. So it was a kind of an interesting story. It's over by the hospital, or it's a very not so much story, but an interesting location. I don't know why the people that live there is willing to leave that up in the chimney. I can't imagine, one, having that in your chimney, and two, having it for people to go see. By the Superman and such, it looked like I seen some kind of flash or something, or was that just my eye? Some kind of distortion or something. Maybe that was just me. Is there haunted places in Warren, outdoors and public areas? Well, yeah. Earlier there was people out here. Heather and Angela was speaking of the bike path that runs through Warren to North Warren. They've picked up activity along the bike path, and I've heard some of Heather's EVPs where she recorded as she walked down the bike path. So that's one place. Another place that we now have been telling people, because we've been there once or twice, is Morrison Run. There's a camping area there that seems to be active. When you go halfway up the hill to, I think it's like the second real camping spot, is where we got an activity. We were there during the day to kind of look it over, me and Stephanie, and boy, the place just got really, really still and no animal noises, no bird noises, and we were hearing weird hooting type noise, I guess is the best way to say it. So there's that. Also, behind the old Warren Mall, that parking lot there, you could go through my YouTube videos. Anything that says parking lot pretty much deals with behind the Warren Mall. I'm sure they appreciate me telling people that. Jason says, what paranormal movie would you recommend for a 7-year-old who chronically wets the bed? Probably, I would have to say the Scary Movie lines, with like the comedy ones, because then when they wet the bed, they could say they were laughing so hard. It wasn't because, bodily functions, but laughing so hard at that movie. That would be my recommendation. Oh yes, on old Dorcon Road, the skull they got out of the river. Oh, is that where they found it? See, I didn't know that, Vicky. But yes, that's the one that I'm speaking of. That could be a nice little video for you right there, a 5-minute video. I bet you that would get all kinds of views. Matter of fact, I might end up doing that on my own. Hope you don't mind me taking that idea. Feel free to use it. We'll title it different. Penny, who knows what else may be in there somewhere? I'm sorry, the conversation went too far. Who knows? I'm not sure where you're speaking of there, Penny. Lost track of the conversation. Jay says, Angel says the bike trail was an old railroad track. I guess I didn't know that, but I know what you're saying. I see the old structures and such, so yeah, I can see where that could have been. So that's awesome. That's cool. Vicky, oh my god, the bike path. Never liked that at night. Not sure where the camping spot is you talk about. Yeah, there is like no lights on that bike path at night. And people use that quite a bit at night too. I walked down it maybe once and it was like, I almost got ran over a bike because I couldn't see it coming my way. They really need to put lighting down there. And the camping area. Morrison Run off Route 6. You go into the tunnel underneath the railroad tracks. They're a nice, pretty stone tunnel there. And you go halfway up the hill a little bit, and on the left, you'll see camping areas flat, and you kind of go down like a ATV trail, like an oil road, and like 1 minute you can see it down the hill, and it's there. Vicky says, no problem. You look at the skull idea first. There's a haunted house on Shant Street in Warren. Sorry to say, it's a private residence. My aunt and uncle and cousins live there. I'm not surprised about Shant Street, or anywhere in Warren for that matter. Warren's an old city, or old area. Yeah, but if I do that video, there's plenty of people on YouTube that will watch similar videos. So if I do that one, I encourage you to do it as well, because there could be a million people doing a million videos and they all are different and do wonders. And if you want to say anything about what happened when your family lived there, that's fine. The old tracks were electrical conduits, hence the activity. And plus with the water running through there, yeah, I can see where that could be. That could be what's going on with Morrison Run too, because of the railroad going up close to there too, and little creek running through. Matt was taking stones out of the river when we brought him there, the creeks. So definitely, but I'm really enjoying this conversation, guys. I am, but I could really feel myself winding down and losing track of keeping an intelligent conversation going. I really appreciate you guys chatting and keeping up with the questions and such. So about 4 more minutes, I'm going to jump off. So if you got any last minute questions, feel free to ask. I really appreciate you guys' time tonight. Yeah, you can tell I'm getting tired by a lot of the ums. But I really appreciate you guys joining me on an impromptu conversation. You know, at one point when I first started doing this, I can't believe I wouldn't have been able to speak 20 minutes without a guest or somebody on screen with me to keep me going. And you guys helped keep me going, that's for sure. But there'd been a lot of fidgeting and a lot of craziness. My Google popped up. It said, "I'm sorry. I don't know if you were talking to me." It shut off, or else I would show it. But I'm sorry. I don't know if you were talking to me, but I'll discard everything you just said. Something along those lines. And you guys could tell that I didn't say, "Hey, Google." Well, now I did. Let's see. My mom told me. Now my phone's acting all weird. Vicky says, "My mom told me the whole story. I'd have to ask a few people if it's okay to tell the whole story. Of all the kids seeing a guy peeking in the room at night, burnt timbers found in the attic." Oh man. That's, yeah, fires are never good. That's for sure. Hopefully, if there's any spirits there still, they'll find the peace they need. Vicky says, "In a fiery head that made my aunt fall downstairs." Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Hopefully she wasn't hurt too bad. So did you see that too, Penny? I caught it out of the corner of my eye. I was only half looking at the screen because, I'll be honest with you, I don't watch myself on the screen when I'm chatting with you guys. I'm looking here and here and here and there and there. I'm just not vain enough to watch myself for over an hour. Vicky says, "So cool. I'll be watching your videos. I knew other stuff had to be happening in Warren, PA. Thank you." Oh, I really appreciate that, Vicky. And I recommend, or I'm asking everybody to do me a favor and watch some of the older videos, and you'll see how we grow, how we've grown through the years. Now, as far as Warren, PA, we're not the only team in Warren. Penny here has a team more out towards Youngsville, but she does stuff in Warren as well. There's a few other teams. I'm not going to mention their names on here, but I think you could probably find them on a search. I don't know if they got YouTube, but you can find them on Facebook pretty easy, I'm sure. If you want, you can find us as well on Facebook or on Twitter. It's up there. And send me a message, and I'll send you their names in private. Penny or Heather saying, "Hi Penny, I'm watching the lighting behind him too." I've only noticed it the one time, guys. Penny says they've noticed it a few times. Vicky says, "It seems spirits was a protective spirit and watched over the people there, never harmed them." Good. I'm glad that your aunt was fine and nobody really got harmed. That's awesome. Spirits, I don't think most times spirits really mean to harm people. If they do harm them, I don't think that's their intent. I think if they are reaching out like that in a violent or aggressive way, I think it's more in attempts to get them to leave as opposed to trying to hurt them. Kind of scare them off. That kind of deal. I might be 100% wrong, but that's just my personal belief. Now, demons and such, yeah, that's a whole new ball of wax. I believe, I don't think it was the demon that attacked me. I do believe that it was some kind of spirit trying to get us to leave the area. My left knee was kind of felt like something was like just digging in it and like squeezing the inside of it to get it to hurt, and it was hurting, and that was a rough night. Some of the members, most of the members of WASP knows about that location. We really can't reveal, but that night I drove a standard vehicle, stick shift vehicle, to the investigation to this building, and I almost had to call somebody because my left leg was hurting so bad, and I didn't think I was going to be able to drive home. Vicky says, in my experience, they don't harm. I have experience with my own. Grew up with spooky. That's what we called them. Spooky opened and closed the doors and made noises. Kind of like a poltergeist. Yeah. So, sounds like you got a lot of years of experience with the paranormal yourself, Vicky. So that's interesting. Feel free to drop me a message and share any experiences you like, or even on here if you catch us in our live videos. Tomorrow we'll be doing a live video 3:30 Eastern Standard Time with a lovely lady from England, Clairvoyant Clifford Fennell. She will be on at 3:30, and she is a sensitive. This is her at mail.com. Maybe that's what it is. That's what she told me last time. That's who will be on tomorrow at 3:30. More of a structured show. She is definitely a lovely guest. She had a lot to say. Vicky says, spooky followed me. Well, never had any other spirits around and never felt alone. That could be good or bad, not to feel alone. To never feel alone. But guys, I appreciate you being here tonight and hanging out with me. Like I said, hopefully if the spirits were here messing around, they will not bother me, so I could get some sleep tonight. If for some reason, well, I shouldn't say if for some reason, if we end up investigating this, my home, like I said, I won't be the one actively investigating. I'll just kind of be hanging out in the backyard. I'm sure we'll do live feed of that if that happens. Time will tell. Vicky says, would like to ask you more, but probably private as it involves where you might have investigated, like in Starbrick. Yeah, we have investigated in Starbrick. We try to protect as much privacy as we can. Even if we have full permission, we try not to just throw people out there because, people gotta live their lives. Starbrick was a very interesting building out there. One of the factories out there. Yeah, that place was something else. The last night there, we were at this location multiple times, and we got little stuff to keep us going back. But last night there, it was a very dark, heavy presence that made us end the investigation early and set it up for Dale to come in and clear the building and to dedicate it. That was actually what we were going to do, was have Dale go in. When we leave an investigation, if we don't have Dale go in immediately because things are going wrong, we kind of step out as far as investigators go. We step away from the situation. Dale has our full support, of course, but that's when Dale steps in and does his thing, and dedicates it and clears out all the bad stuff. Vicky, a factory, thought I saw the van next door to my apartment. Not say anymore. Risk and confidence. Uh, the van, um, not probably not our group. We did have some decals out that were put on the vehicles, but there is another group. Well, I'll say their name. It was a white van, Kinzu. Man, it's been a while since I thought of their name. Kinzu Valley Paranormal Society is their name. I don't know if they're still a group or not, but that would be a different group. But they were Kinzu Valley KVPS. I believe that's correct. Were around longer than we have been. Warren Area Society Paranormal. They've been around for a few years before we started, I believe. So I believe they're one of the originals, if not the original, actual formed team in Warren, PA. But no, we don't have no problems with people asking. If we're not able to say, we just say we're not able to say so. But with that, guys, I'm gonna end this tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you check it out. It's gonna be a wonderful show. One of the few that I won't say it that way. I recommend all the shows, but I would make sure you take the time to watch this one because it should be great. Vicky, Heather, Penny, Jason, Matt, and the several others that watch tonight, thank you. And I'd like to say, as always, stay spooky, my friends. Until tomorrow. Good night.